Hey Clashers, after the last Clan Capital video, a lot of you said it's fun to see those entertaining attacks, but at the end of the day, you want to see the attacks which are truly working, which are the best strategies to use for the right weekends, and that is archers. So a lot of you said that you would prefer to see really good sneaky archer attacks and maybe a couple of tips on how you can get even more value with that troop. Instead of me like trying and goofing around. Obviously that's sometimes kind of nice as well, but in today's video we want to take a look at the sneaky archers, how to use them and how to set up the second, the third attack for maybe a different strategy and what might be the best opening for you for the clan capital for the raid weekend. To start things off, we are attacking a mountain, a Golem Quarry base, okay, like where the mountain golem is getting unlocked. So the first thing we want to talk about right away is not only use sneaky archers. Try to combine them with maybe one, maybe two camps of sneaky, of like minions. It's not sneaky minions, it's just minions. And otherwise, barbarians are always a really good combination, especially to start your attack off. Why is that the case? Well, the thing is with archers that they're really tricky when it comes down to traps, because they're getting one shot. If someone has leveled the mines, for example, they're getting one shot by logs and so on. So bringing a barbarian early on into the attack is giving you a huge advantage, because you can actually trigger a lot of traps which might be hidden on the outside. So that's always a good thing to start things off with that strategy. The next thing is always have a goal in mind. Like for example, have a certain plan, have a certain idea for the second, for the third attack. So what you're pretty much looking for when it comes down to value. So for example, for us, we want to attack with something probably like, I don't know, maybe cannon cards, maybe something which is smaller troops related, which means we need to take down as much splash as possible. For that, it's the next thing which is important, which is choose the right entry. Most of the time you have different options where you can come from, like different angle, different entry points and so on. That is really important, especially if one entry looks really obvious and that might be trapped. So that's never a good thing. As I said, archers are really OP, but as soon as you're facing a really good solid base where you're running into a trap into a bait with a lot of traps like small mines, like those log traps and everything, which we have just seen over there. If you're running into that, you might have a problem, because they are dealing a lot of damage and your archers are kind of weak against that. So yes, archers are OP, but at the same time they can be kind of tricky if you're running into those traps. Next thing is, which is kind of obvious, but I mean, if you have the possibility of having the rage unlocked, combine the rage with the sneaky archers, because they're just so OP. For us, I try to take down this air defense to make sure that I can overpower this spear throw with my remaining minion. It didn't really happen, so the cannons are going to be staying up. But at this point, which strategy, if I pause it over here, which strategy would you go in with next to have a chance of finishing this in 2 attacks? Or the next question should be better, do you think this can be finished with 2 attacks? And what should be the next attack be? Let me know down below in the comments. Just so you guys know what I went in with. And that was actually a big surprise to me regarding, I just wanted to try it out. Because Rico in my chat, because I did all of those in the live stream, Rico in my chat said, okay, iTzu, I know you will be not really trusting me, but use Hog Riders with heal spells. And I did it. I tried Hog Riders. The first thing, I mean, that one was an obvious one. That was already planned before. I was able to take that out with only 1 camp of hogs, which is kind of nice. But after that, I thought, okay, maybe let's... I mean, air is kind of tricky with those air defenses on the back end, so I thought, okay, maybe I can take that out with sneaky archers and then maybe like a golem in here or something. But I am not really sure, I'm not really convinced that that would be enough to finish on a 3-star. So instead, Rico said, okay, try out the Hog Riders. I trusted him, and I said, okay, I will just try it, let's see how it works. On this one, we are not using any heals over here because we are running into a lot of damage on this far side. So instead, I'm taking the risk that there's not too many traps over there. Instead, placing the heal now and coming in with the remaining Hog Raiders. And guys, take a look at that. I mean, I would have never thought that Hog Raiders are actually that strong. I mean, I think I will need to push them up quite a bit on my ranking list, on my tier list when it comes down to troops. And I'm truly surprised. Like, I have to say, I completely misjudged the Hog Raiders within the clan capital. Especially if you're on capital peak level 8 or above, where you can bring 2 heal spells. Which, yes, they got nerfed, but still, they're crazy. They're crazy strong. So, yeah, that would be the next thing which I would love to know from you. If you already knew that, like, did you use Hog Raiders already before this video? Or will you use Hog Raiders now? Because, as I said, as soon as you're taking down the splash damage, and that's, as I said, always have a plan in mind when attacking with archers. And for us, it was take down the splash, so we can come with something swarmy, pretty much. And that's exactly what those Hog Raiders are. As soon as the splash is down, it's really strong. But let's just move forward and let's come back to our main point. Again, you can see we're using the Barbarian. So we can see already that at this point, if you would have used an archer, this archer would have not gotten that much. This now was 10 housing space. 10 housing space for those 4 buildings. One archer camp is 10 housing space as well, right? So we would have never ever gotten the same value with archers. So instead, bring those barbarians. The next thing is, as I told you earlier, try to outsmart the base builder. On this end, it's kind of obvious, at least I think so, that you want to come with archers at this top side, because that's one of the easiest ways to get access to 1, 2, 3 rocketilleries, which is most of the time the highest priority when it comes down to defenses to take out. Like, the rocketillery is scary, and that is, you need to take that out ASAP pretty much. So that's why we're instead using this core, because what I felt like is either the top side is baited or the bottom side, because those are the more obvious entries. Yes, maybe sometimes the base builder is just splitting things up. Could be the case. That obviously could be the case. But for us, I really want to make sure that I'm trying to use or pick the most optimal location to get into the base. The next thing is with archers, and that might be the most frustrating thing if you're attacking with them, be patient. Be patient when it comes to the deployment. For example, I think this base is the perfect example, because we have 3 rocketilleries, which are always shooting those rockets towards the archers. Which means as soon as you're placing the second squad of archers too early, you're going to have a rough time. You're not going to have a great time at all. It is kind of tricky then, because you're losing your archers within the invisibility duration, which is not what you're going for. So for us instead, I mean, this battle ram did kind of weird things. The second one did better and opened to the second rocketillery. So now we can reach all of them. Not only can we reach this rocketillery over there, but we can reach this one, and we can reach this one over there as well. So at this point, it's all about taking as much place as possible, so we have a nice follow-up. The only problem though is I did not get as much as I would have liked to get, so Hog Rider follow-up is not possible, because you can see at this point we have those 2 more archer combinations. So what I'm trying to think about is, like, what else can we do? What else can we do to optimize the second attack or even third attack to really get this base down? And that's always, as I said, the thing you have to look for. So for us at this point, or for me at this point, was, okay, I want to make sure that I am going to get the splash out, but what is next after that? So the next thing, and I can already spoil the answer, is minions. So take down this, take down that, and take down the remaining air targeting defenses over here with archers. Do the same thing over here, like take that, all of this out, like those 3 buildings with the rocketillery, and again, all of those buildings at the top side are free with minion, and that is like the next thing. Archers are strong, but sometimes minions can be a really nice supportive troop in combination, as it's already said, with barbarians. That's always a really solid thing to go for. That's exactly what we're doing in this attack. So for example, as I said, try to take down the spear thrower. At the same time, try to take down those top defenses which can target air, and then those minions can just clean things up, and we should be good to go with the 2 attack on this Balloon Lagoon base. And I mean, those bases are not really bad or anything like that. It's not the default base or whatever, like the base which we attacked, like from the Trimax clan, for example. Instead, those are really proper bases which are not too bad whatsoever. But at the same time, with a smart plan, with a smart entry, avoiding traps, everything is possible. And now you can see at this point, Minion can take down all of those buildings. They can take down the town hall and so on. So there's a lot of value they can go for. Now we're working our way towards that next spear thrower at the top side, and as soon as that's down, another minion horde at the top side, and we are good to go to finish another base with 2 attacks. And that's overall the idea with those archers. Yes, they're really strong. At the same time, though, as I said earlier, if you have good traps against them, they can be really nicely baited. So I think, yes, they are OP to some degree. As soon as you're leveling your defenses, you're building higher, they're getting more HP, and that results into archers already getting nerfed. So I feel like right now the main reason why we see so many archers, or archers being so good, is archers are just really good and nice fitting for the current situation where a lot of people are just rushing rushing their buildings, which is the proper way to go. But at the same time, this really caters towards archer usage because buildings have not that many hit points, and traps most of the time are not really well upgraded. So your archers might even be able to survive a trap because it's not well upgraded. So that's a lot of different options for us. I was not only able to take this out in 2 attacks, I was able to take down this in 2 attacks, and the Wizard Valley. The Wizard Valley, though, I feel like archers are possible to use, but I feel like on the Wizard Valley, and I would just give you guys the quick run in this one because the main video is all about the archers. This base, this district can be pretty much always attacked in 2 to 3 attacks with the cannon cars. The problem just is for this base that there is not a lot of splash. Yes, the defensive raid cards are great, but still there's this little bit of power missing in my opinion. So if at some point there's going to be like maybe a rework, maybe a rebalance or something when it comes down to defense, I really hope that they're going to add or change something up about this Wizard Valley, because I feel like at this point it is by far the weakest district out of all of them. So if you're thinking about upgrading or maxing certain districts, do not upgrade the Wizard Valley. I feel like overall it's like the worst performing district. Let me know if for you guys it's different, but that's like how it worked for me or for us in our clan. Next attack again with this one, and that's pretty much always the same approach, is if you're able to take down a lot of air targeting defenses, then you can just come in with the Flying Fortress again, which already got buffed. I feel like it was already really strong early, like before that, but it got still a buff, so I don't mind. I like to use it anyways. For us, I try to take down as many air targeting defenses, the air bombs as well. At this point, the Flying Fortress then is going to clean things up for a nice and easy 3-star with another district and 2 attacks. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a bit more about archers. I know that, as I said, a lot of you were asking for more tips about archers because, yes, they might be not the most fun to watch, but they are the meta right now in the current situation, the current state of the clan capital. So overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.